Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly business meeting of the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, March 20th, 2025, and it is approximately 1 p.m. It is also the first day of spring, although if you look out the window, you may not think so. Before we begin, would you please join us for a moment of silent reflection? Thank you very much. All commissioners are present in the hearing room with the exception of Commissioner Carol Lee Williams, who is joining us virtually. Ms. Scarborough, if you would, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair Powers, Vice Chair Williams, and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next Commission business meeting be set for Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 at 1 o'clock p.m.
The next business meeting will be Thursday, April 3rd at 1 o'clock.
Thank you, sir. Today we have 8 items on the utilities agenda and 10 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2025-87C. This is a petition from Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, for approval of an intra-holding company assignment of its eligible telecommunications carrier designation.
As to item number 1, is presented by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. On March 19th, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter to the Commission in this docket requesting that the Commission carry this item over from the Commission's agenda. According to the letter, ORS and the company are engaged in discussions regarding this matter. ORS requests more time and opportunity to continue discussions with the company about this intra-holding company transfer and assignment of the ETC designation. I move that the Commission carry this item over to allow ORS to complete its discussion with the company about the request of Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, seeking Commission approval for an intra-holding company assignment of its eligible telecommunications carrier designation to another T-Mobile USC Incorporated subsidiary, which is Assurance Wireless USA LP. Upon completion of its discussion with the company, the Office of Regulatory Staff shall update the Commission on this matter.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in dockets number 2025-16E and 2025-17E. This is a request from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for confidential treatment of certain portions of Exhibits 2 and 8 of their joint application.
As to item number 2, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the joint request of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC, DEC, and Duke Energy Progress LLC, DEP, hereinafter and collectively referred to as companies, for confidential treatment of certain redacted information in DEC Exhibits 2 and 8 and DEP Exhibits 2 and 8. I further move that the Commission find the confidential version of DEC Exhibits 2 and 8 and in DEP Exhibits 2 and 8 contain commercially sensitive and proprietary information which reflect the company's future cost to procure additional energy and/or capacity. Due to the competitive nature of the wholesale electricity market, companies must protect this future cost information and projections from public disclosure to enable the companies the ability to obtain the most cost-effective energy and capacity to meet the needs of their customers. As such, I move the Commission grant protection from the disclosure of the confidential portions of the DEC Exhibits 2 and 8 and of DEP Exhibits 2 and 8, excuse me, so that these exhibits are protected and exempt from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act, South Carolina Code Annotated Sections 30-4-10, and South Carolina Code Annotated Regs 103-804S2. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. The motion's been made. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2024-203E. This is a petition for rehearing of Commission Order number 2025-124, filed by Dr. Cheryl O. Lane.
As to item number 3, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission deny the petition for rehearing for the following reasons. Number 1, the commission thoroughly addressed the requirements of the Citing Act, specifically those requiring the contents of the application set forth in South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-120. Required findings as set forth in South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-160, subparagraph 1, as well as the comparison to other generation options as required by South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-180, subparagraph 8A, in order number 2025-124. And second, the petition for rehearing does not identify any error contained in the Commission's order or any other grounds that would warrant a rehearing or reconsideration of the Commission's order in this matter. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Having heard the motion by Vice Chair Williams, is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to say that I appreciate Dr. Lane advocating for herself and her community. It's not lost on me how difficult it is to appear before the Commission, for any party to appear before the Commission for that matter, but especially a pro se litigant in such a complex matter. While I move that the petition be denied, it doesn't take away from the effort that Dr. Lane demonstrated, and I just wanted to put that on the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 appears in docket number 2025-80WS. This is a request from Jacob Utilities, LLC, for approval of contracts with Goldie & Associates, Incorporated, and Greenstone Construction, LLC.
As to item number 4, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. On March 14th, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter to the Commission in this docket requesting that this item be carried over from the Commission's agenda. The ORS is in the process of reviewing the application, and discovery is ongoing. ORS wants the opportunity to complete its review. I move that the Commission carry this matter over to allow the Office of Regulatory Staff to complete its review of Jacob Utilities, LLC's application for approval of contracts with Goldie & Associates, Incorporated, and Greenstone Construction, LLC. Upon completion of its ongoing discovery and related review, the Office of Regulatory Staff shall update the Commission on this matter. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2025-15E. This is a request from Dominion Energy South Carolina, Incorporated, for confidential treatment of certain portions of its application.
As to item number 5, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the Commission grant the request of Dominion Energy South Carolina, Incorporated, for confidential treatment of certain supporting documents filed with this application on March 3rd, 2025. I further move that the Commission find the confidential version of Dominion Energy South Carolina supporting documents contain commercially sensitive and proprietary information which must remain confidential. These documents are maintained as confidential within Dominion Energy South Carolina, and the Commission grants protection from disclosure. I misread my sentence here. I want to read that sentence again. These documents are maintained as confidential within Dominion Energy South Carolina, and the company needs this confidentiality to be maintained for business purposes. As such, I move the commission grant protection from disclosure of the confidential portions of certain supporting documents from Dominion Energy South Carolina that are included in this application, so that these materials are exempt from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act, South Carolina Code annotated sections 30-4-10 et sequitur, and South Carolina Code annotated regulations 103-804, subparagraph S2. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 appears in docket number 2024-5G. This is a request from Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for approval of the updated demand cost of natural gas allocation factors filed in compliance with Commission Order number 2024-809.
Thank you. As to item number 6, is there a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Thomas.
thank you. I move that the commission approve the request of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for approval of the updated demand cost of gas allocation factors filed in compliance with Commission Order number 2024-809. The average annual bill impacts of the proposed demand cost of gas allocation factors are increases of 1.24% for residential customers and 0.79% for small, medium general service customers. Large general service customers would experience an average annual reduction of 10.95%. Following its review, the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter with the Commission stating that it does not object to the company's updated demand cost of gas allocation factors as proposed. The demand cost of gas allocation factors, which will go into effect the first billing cycle of April 2025, would be as follows: 78.35% for residential customers, 21.07% for small general service, medium general service, 0.58% for large general service. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Thomas, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number ND 2025-11G. This item involves a report from the Office of Regulatory Staff regarding gas line service interruptions in the town of Lexington, South Carolina.
As to item number 7, is there a motion?
Chair Belser.
Commissioner Williams.
On February 6th, 2025, the Public Service Commission issued order number 2025-72 requesting the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff, or ORS, to investigate the incidents of gas line service interruptions and damage to multiple Dominion Energy gas lines in the town of Lexington, South Carolina, occurring on about Friday, January 24th, 2025, allegedly as a result of digging by Ripple Fiber Incorporated. And this was order number 2025-72. On March 7th, 2025, ORS filed a report with the Commission following its investigation. The ORS report finds as follows: Dominion Energy South Carolina complied with the requirements of South Carolina Code annotated regs 103-415 by reporting the incident to ORS. Number 2, the interruption in service did not rise to the level requiring notification be made to the Commission pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated regulations 103-414. Number 3, Dominion Energy is taking steps to recover the total repair costs from the third-party contractor working for the primary contractor for Ripple Fiber Incorporated. I move that the commission accept for filing the report from ORS concerning gas line service interruptions in the town of Lexington. I further move that Dominion Energy South Carolina notify ORS once it has concluded its efforts to recover the total repair cost. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2025-59E. This is a motion from Central Electric Power Cooperative Incorporated for approval to begin initial clearing and construction of the project in this docket pursuant to Section 58-33-110-7.
As to item number 8, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser,
thank you. Central Electric Power Cooperative Incorporated filed an application for a certificate of environmental compatibility and public convenience and necessity to construct 2 single-circuit 230 kilovolt feeder transmission lines and associated facilities that will be owned by Central member Berkeley Electric Cooperative Incorporated and provide service to a member of Berkeley. Additionally, Central will own, operate, and maintain 2 underground 230 kilovolt transmission lines that will be designated and constructed by Berkeley's member. On March 7, 2025, Central filed the instant motion for approval to begin initial clearing and construction pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110-7. As stated in the motion, this request for initial clearing and construction only applies to the construction of a 0.17-mile underground duct bank that will be used to minimize environmental damage to Laurel Swamp, a protected wetland area. Central, in cooperation with Berkeley's member, seeks permission to begin initial clearing, excavation, and construction work consisting of the excavation of a 0.17-mile filled causeway that supports a former public road, Lily Road, and the routing of underground transmission line through the underground duct bank. Central indicates that to expedite the schedule and help Berkeley's member control cost, Central and Berkeley's member agreed for Berkeley's member to directly hire the consultants and contractors and purchase materials. Additionally, Berkeley's member has applied for a land disturbance permit from Berkeley County. Central will own the underground assets and perform operations and maintenance for the assets once they go into service. Central indicates that the work for which it seeks authorization to begin is needed to avoid construction in Laurel Swamp and eliminate environmental impacts to the surrounding protected wetlands. Further, Central states that the anticipated additional time demands of this more environmentally protective construction alternative require initial clearing and construction activities to commence no later than April 1st, 2025 to meet the project's scheduled in-service date. On March 11th, 2025, the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a letter indicating that ORS does not object to the motion and defers to other parties of record with respect to any environmental impacts that may arise as a result of any of the requested initial clearing and construction activities. No other party has responded to the motion. South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110, subsection 7, vests the Commission with authority where justified by public convenience and necessity to grant permission to a person who has made application for a certificate under Section 58-33-120 to proceed with initial clearing, excavation, dredging, and construction, provided, however, that in engaging in such clearing, excavation, dredging, or construction, the person shall proceed at his own risk, and such permission shall not in any way indicate approval by the Commission of the proposed site or facility. Based on the above, I move that pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-33-110, subsection 7, the Commission find that public convenience and necessity justify granting permission to Central, in cooperation with Berkeley's member, to proceed with initial clearing, excavation, and construction as described in the motion. Based on this finding that the public convenience and necessity justifies proceeding with initial clearing, excavation, and construction, I move the Commission approve Central's request and grant Central's motion to commence with initial clearing, excavation, and construction of the 0.17-mile underground duck bank as described in the motion. I further move the following: that engaging in such clearing, excavation, and construction, Central shall proceed at its own risk, and such permission shall not in any way indicate approval by the Commission of the proposed site or facility. That the approval to proceed with initial clearing, excavation, and construction as described in the motion be conditioned upon the receipt of all required permits. That the approval herein be conditioned upon the work being performed in compliance with all applicable environmental and land use requirements imposed by law. That Central, as the party seeking the relief requested in the application and the motion, and as the party that will own the lines and associated facilities to be constructed, shall be ultimately responsible for the completion of all work in compliance with the Siting Act and all other applicable laws. And that upon receipt of all applicable permits, Central be required to file with the Commission and serve on the parties to this docket a notice of construction commencement indicating that all required permits have been attained prior to beginning the work described in the motion. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Belser, is any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda. In Part A, we have 7 applications for new Class C certificates. The commission can address items A1 through A4 together. Item A1 is in docket number 2025-81T, which is the application of D&J Transport LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A2 appears in docket number 2025-82T. This is the application of B&B Personal Transportation LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item A3 is in docket number 2025-83T, which is the application of My Global Destinations LLC, doing business as MGD Transports for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item A4 is in docket number 2025-84T, which is the application of Michael Myers Sr. for a Class C taxi certificate.
As to items number A1 through A4 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. I move that the Commission approve the application for Class C certificates in item numbers A1 through A4 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. Directive order will be issued for each application in the respective docket. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item A5 is in docket number 2025-85T, which is the application of Island Hopper Taxi LLC for a Class C taxi certificate.
Is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you again. On March 19th, 2025, less than 24 hours before the Commission's business meeting, Island Hopper Taxi filed a request to withdraw its Class C taxi application and to refile the correct application for a Class C charter certificate. Since the Commission could not amend its agenda at that late time, the Commission can carry this matter over so that matters concerning the motor carrier can be timely addressed at its next business meeting. I move that the Commission carry over item number 5 as requested by the motor carrier, Island Hopper Taxi LLC.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
The Commission can address items A6 and A7 together as well. Item A6 is in docket number 2025-86T, which is the application of C&F Charter Service LLC for a Class C charter bus certificate. Item A7 is in docket number 2025-90T. This is the application of In Between the Lines LLC for a Class C charter certificate.
As to items A6 and A7, is there a motion?
One more, Commissioner.
Commissioner Caston.
Chair, thank you. I move that the Commission approve the application for Class C certificates in item numbers A6 and A7 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each application in the respective docket. So moved.
As to items A6 and A7, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, there is one request for an extension of time. Item B1 is in docket number 2024-325T, which is a request from the Miles Motorcade LLC for a 6-month extension of time to comply with the Commission rules and regulations.
Item B1, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Williams.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the request of Miles Motorcade LLC for a 6-month extension of time until September 6, 2025, to comply with Commission rules and regulations required to operate and use a Class C non-emergency certificate. Prior to the expiration of this extension period on September 6, 2025, the Miles Motorcade LLC must come into compliance with Commission rules and regulations, or if applicable or available, seek further extension or other relief from the Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, there is one request to suspend certificates. Item C1 appears in dockets numbered at 2016-49T and 2021-375T. This is a request from Lee Page, doing business as Meduport, to suspend Class C non-emergency certificate number 9147 and Class C stretcher van certificate number 9656 for 12 months.
As to item C1, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the Commission grant the request of Lee Page, doing business as Meduport, to voluntarily suspend its Class C non-emergency certificate number 9147 and to suspend its Class C stretcher van certificate number 9656 for 12 months until March 20th, 2026.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, there is one request to reinstate a certificate. Item D1 is in docket number 2024-181T. This is a request from Robert L. Mitchell, Jr. to reinstate Class C taxi certificate number 9952.
This item, C2, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
C1, I mean. Yes, sir, Mr. Thomas, Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the Commission grant the request of Robert L. Mitchell, Jr. for reinstatement of his Class C taxi certificate number 9952. The motor carrier's Class C taxi certificate number 9952 was canceled on February the 7th, 2025. Upon compliance with Commission rules and regulations such as payment of fees and providing proof of insurance, the Office of Regulatory Staff will reinstate the motor carrier's certificate.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. As to the motion made on item D1, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough, and thank all who joined us. If you're in a position to help someone, help them. You may be answering their prayers. We are adjourned.